Hello, my name's Greg McDaid, site engineer for Northstone. I was heavily involved in this job at Portrush Harbour and Kerr Street. It was an environmental improvement scheme to revamp the area from the top of Kerr Street Green right down to the harbour bridge, the footbridge across the harbour in Portrush. It involved quite a few different elements. There were asphalt paving, brick paving, exposed aggregate concrete, and some landscaping. The main reason for the job was the harbour master decided that they carried out a safety audit and it needed railings along the edge of the harbour to prevent people from falling in. When they decided that they needed this done, they wanted to take the opportunity to revamp the whole area. The job was fairly challenging with fairly adverse weather at times, and also the fact that we were working just at the edge of the harbour wall. So there were some health and safety issues, as well as trying to protect members of the public. We also had the RNLI depot in the vicinity of the works. It was actually quite central on the job, and we had to ensure that they had access 24 hours, which meant that we had to coordinate really well with them as to the phasing of the works. So, like I say, it started up at Kerr Street Green. We excavated the old raised beds. We created a seating wall, just the right height for people to sit on, with hardwood insets that make it a wee bit more comfortable for people to sit on rather than the hard granite. We also created an area of exposed aggregate concrete to allow access for wheelchair users. And also in that area there is picnic benches that are wheelchair accessible. Moving down then around the toilet block, it was revamped with a new shower head, revamped the drainage, and brand new granite style paving right around the toilet block. Then on the lower path from the Babushka cafe around to the slipway, the whole path was redone there and the new railings. And then at the top of the steps, a brand new path. There's a fairly steep bank there that was excavated and replanted with native marram grass to suit the seaside location. As you move on down towards the RNLI then, there was again more railings down to the RNLI building, which extended then from there down to and across the footbridge. The only reason that we couldn't put railings from the footbridge across to the stone wall at Kerr Street was because it was an area of historical significance. We weren't allowed to carry out any excavations in that area, and any works that had to be done had to be accompanied at all times by an archaeologist when we were in that section of the works. So the railings were fairly straightforward. The trickiest part of that was the excavation of the foundations, because again we were right at the edge of the harbour. Fairly significant foundations, high strength concrete, reinforced, and then the railings attached to the foundation, and then the landscaping running up against them. And we also placed natural basalt stone from the area to match the basalt stone walls of the harbour to build it up. Now they will weather in over time to look like they've always been there, and it was to disguise the new concrete plinths that the railings are fixed to. Moving on down to the exposed aggregate concrete then, two different shades to have a wee bit of contrast. And as you come on down towards the footbridge at the harbour, then we installed a granite compass that was quite heavy, slabs of granite put into the ground, and it was aligned with true north rather than magnetic north. It turned out to be a very successful scheme. The client were very happy, the designer was very happy, and the feedback that we've been getting from the locals, who were a wee bit averse to change at the start, but when they seen what we were doing, all the feedback has been very positive about the whole scheme, and it has really helped the whole look of the area, from a tired footpath to a fresh new surface.